Yo, what's up? It's the pilot. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys are watching this video based on the Japan portion of it and you don't already follow me, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I have a lot of videos on fashion and stuff as well, buying designer items or just putting together outfits as well. But today, I want to talk about, and it's been about a year or so since this happened, I want to talk about my visit to Japan. So I've been to Japan a few times, and on this last visit, I went out to Tokyo for my 40th birthday, to celebrate my 40th birthday. So I was there like a little bit after Christmas. This is 2023, a little bit after Christmas, all the way up until like the 14th or 15th of January of 2024. And some stuff occurred while I was there. Now, to anybody that lives in Tokyo, Japan, for the most part, Tokyo, the parts I've been to, my experience with Japan has been completely safe. The only time you guys honestly need to worry about someone trying to get over on you or do something weird like what happened to me is in the nightlife scene. So if you're going out a lot, especially if you're out there by yourself or you moving around with just one or two people, it's not a big group, you're an easy target, especially for me because I'm 6'6", 240 pounds, so I look like I'm somebody, especially in Tokyo. So I wanted to give you guys a story of how I honestly 100% believe that someone was trying to turn me into a host. Now, if you don't know what a host is it's kind of like a reverse prostitute compared to American. So basically, it's like you're a gigolo, right, in Japan. But as you guys know, from what I know, and to my knowledge of it, I mean, leave in the comments if I'm totally wrong. But to what I know is a host is like a guy. He can either work at some type of a party club or something, but the Japanese women look and pay for men that are good looking, attractive, have some type of flavor, style to them. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be about having sex. It's just to keep somebody company. It's kind of like an escort sometimes, and sometimes it leads to intimacy from what I know. But a lot of Japanese women, especially Japanese successful women, they look for men that are not typical Japanese men. From what I was told, a lot of Japanese guys, they don't have, or a lot of Japanese people, period, they don't have a lot of flavor. They kind of like, and this was told to me by someone that is Japanese while I was out there, that they don't have a lot of, they really succumb to just being normal, right? Just being regular pedestrians. So when you have a lot of flavor to you, you have a lot of pizzazz to you, you have a lot of swag to you, as they would say, charisma, you stand out big time, because a lot of people don't do that, right? But when you're not from there, you're a foreigner, and you have that, to them, that's extremely rare, from what I've heard, right? And the videos that I watched on YouTube, I might even have some links to some videos where I got some of this information from, which made me piece together that I was about to be used as a host. So if you're an American person, you're a good looking American guy, white guy, black guy, I've even, while I was out there, I get into that part of the story too, where I met a guy from Switzerland. He was a really good looking Swiss guy. And Australian guys, when they come in, Japanese people or people that are in this host world where they try to find hosts, they have people out scouting foreigners. And they go to a lot of the spots, the scouts, I guess, they go to a lot of the spots where foreigners go to. So this may be like a 2 or 3 part series, I'm not really sure, but I just want you guys to know, and I'm creating this video a year later to let you guys know, one, the place where I was scouted at, I don't know for sure if they know that this is going on in their spot or not, but if you are a foreigner going to Japan, make sure that when you're in the nightlife, you try to go with someone and just kind of like have your radar senses up. I don't want to tell you not to have fun, because for the most part you're gonna have fun, but just keep your radars up for stuff like this, especially when you go to small intimate bars and stuff, just like you would in your country. Like in the States, I keep my antennas up in certain spots, especially when I know I'm by myself and I'm dressed well and people are looking at me and I get attention that I'm not trying to draw, but it just comes. So when you're out there, especially if you're moving around the night like by yourself like me, just kind of keep an eye out and keep your head on a swivel on certain stuff. But I'm making this video to let you guys know that are watching this, or if people that are planning on going to Japan, that this could happen to you depending on your attractiveness and where you are. And if a scout, a host scout is out looking for foreigners. So whenever I go to Tokyo, Japan, I always stay in Asakusa, mainly because the first time I went to Japan, I found a hotel that I liked, which was the Gate Hotel. The Gate Hotel there it seemed more Americanized the first time I went there. And then, you know, the couple of other times I went to other hotels in Asakusa. And then also, from what I know, as an American, Asakusa is more of a holy area, I guess, because since they had the temple there, I think it's called the Emoji Temple there and stuff. So I stay over there, and in that area, there is a bar called Rastaman's Cafe. Hopefully I'll have B-rolls and stuff as I'm going. So Rastaman's Cafe, so I've been there one time. I remember the reason why I found out about it, I was just sitting in my hotel the first night I was in Tokyo. I was like, what can I do tonight? And I looked up places in Asakusa and that came up. It's basically like a Jamaican / we support weed bar, but we can't do weed stuff because we're in Japan and it's totally illegal to do drugs. But it's a really, really cool bar. The people there are really, really cool. They make really, really good drinks. They play good music, and they even have like really good popcorn and stuff. But hopefully, like I said, I have some video and some footage. And they used to be pre-COVID. They used to have a bar in one area, and then they moved. So I go there. Like I went there like every other night. At the end of the night, at the end of the day when I was on my trip. So getting close to my birthday, I go there probably the night before my birthday. I go there the night before my birthday and I'm just hanging out, and it's this guy there. Maybe I got the picture of him, I have it right here. But it's this guy there, I forgot his name. And he just had like a glare on his face that was weird. So like, from what I know, when I've been to Japan, the first time I went to Japan, a lot of people, Japanese people, they love American culture, and they also like to test their English. From what I know, either Japanese people really like Americans or they don't like Americans, right? But I haven't had any experiences where somebody didn't like me other than these kids over in the Harajuku area that were giving me a hard time. But anyway, so I met this guy and I'm just standing there and he's talking to me. So I'm thinking he's just testing out his English. So he's asking me what I'm here for, but he's got this glare on his face. I don't know if you ever seen somebody when they're high on something you've never really been around somebody that's high off of, if that makes sense, when I'm talking about drugs. But he had this glare on his face. I'm thinking maybe it's because he's excited to meet me. He thinks I'm Michael Jordan or something. I don't know. So I'm talking to him, I'm telling him, yeah, I'm out here for my birthday. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm bringing in my birthday. And he was like, yo, take my information or whatever. So instead of WhatsApp, in Japan they use something called Line. Now I haven't made any notes. I'm just going off memory, and it's been a year. So if I'm a little off and I had to backtrack, you see a bunch of cuts because I had to think about it and make sure I'm telling you guys right. So I get his information. He leaves. After he gets my information, he leaves the spot. I'm just there hanging out drinking because it's midnight and I'm ringing on my birthday, right? So the next day, around like noon, he starts hitting me up. So he's hitting me up, he wearing me out, hey, I'm gonna go here, hey, this, that, another, where you at? And I'm looking at my phone like, what's going on? I was like, he must really want to get out with me. So I'm telling him, I was like, hey, I'm gonna be over here. He was like, hey, come to this bar. I'm like, nah, I don't wanna go to that bar. Then he was like, well, what about this bar? I'm like, nah. So he's trying to get me to come to these spots. So I'm like, I haven't made up my mind yet, man. I'm still out moving around. Now, granted, you know, I don't know how certain people that like American people in Japan act on a consistent basis, right? So I'm just thinking he's just excited to hang out with an American guy. I don't know. Maybe he thinks I'm Terrell Owens or I'm Tom Brady. I don't know, right? So I'm just kind of playing it cool, but he's basically like contacting me and wearing me out all day, telling me all these plays. Hey, you need to come here. I'm just like, dude. So it gets close to the night and he's hitting me up, and he's like, hey, you should come to this bar. The drinks are really cheap and good. Something around that nature. And he's like, and there's good looking women there. I was like, all right, cool. So I get to the area I'm supposed to be at, and he was like, he keeps hitting me up. Like I'm on the train, hitting me up. And then he was like, are you coming? Are you coming? I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna go to this spot. And I think it was called Atom, A-T-O-M. I might have some B-roll. Hopefully I'm playing B-rolls or pictures on my phone. So I go to Atom, so I'm in line. It's this big, huge fucking line in front of the club. So I'm in line, and I was like, hey, I'm going to Adam, why don't you meet me there? So I'm thinking I'm just gonna meet him and we're gonna hang out, this, that, and that, because it's my birthday, right? I'm in line, standing in line outside. He walks up on me, and I'm like, what's up, man? And he's got this glare on his face, it's kind of like a nervous, like, let's get it done, you know? And he's with a girl, and she's gorgeous, like a gorgeous Asian girl. Like I'm a really big guy, so like I don't naturally gravitate towards looking at Japanese women unless they built more like a thick American woman that I would like, cause I'm a big guy. Like real super petite girls, I don't really have a radar for. But this particular girl was smoking hot. I'm like, what's up, man? So she like got like this big ass gray sweatshirt on. I'm not really paying her no attention because I'm thinking that's his girlfriend or his sister or something. I'm just talking to him because I'm in line. And I'm trying to get a read on what type of time he's on because he seems so jittery, right? So he's talking to me, he's like, yeah, we're gonna go around the corner and we're gonna go to this bar around the corner that I told you about and we'll be back. I was like, all right, bet. Right? So he walks off, and I just remember she had this big, baggy, oversized sweatshirt on, right? So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's his girlfriend. So as she's walking off, I was like, hey, man, is that your girl? He was like, no, it's just a friend. I was like, okay, like, all right, man. So I'm thinking either he's gay or that is a girl that he's dating, right? And he's just trying to play it off, right? So fast forward, I get through the line, I pay, I get in the club. So now I'm in the club, vibing out. It's packed in the club. And if you've ever been to Tokyo, like people go to these clubs to kind of like fist pump. They play the fist pumping house, dance music. I don't know. I'm from America, and I like hip hop, so and rap. So they playing the fist pump dance music. And they treat the DJ like it's a concert. So everybody's just facing the stage while the DJ's playing. So I'm walking around just catching a wave of what's going on. I go upstairs and it's another bar area upstairs. So I'm hanging out up there. I go get a drink up there. And I'm just trying to find a good spot because I'm a tall guy. I like to find a good spot to post up and watch, people watch. And in Japan, in those clubs in Japan, it's really fun to watch people interact and how they do stuff, man. I love the culture of Japan and how they do things, how they dress, the fashion. I'm just seeing how they take in the DJ, and then they had the go-go dancers on the side of the stage and all that stuff. It's really cool. And they had the drink tickets and stuff. And, I mean, it's just a really cool way they go about doing things. So probably about 30 minutes later, I get a text from the guy. He's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "I'm here." He was like, "Come upstairs." So I'm downstairs watching the DJ, and I'm kind of like in the crowd a little bit, like in the back of the crowd. And he's like, "Come upstairs." I'm like, "Nah, man, you come down here." Like, I'm hanging out. So he come down there and find me. And he's like, "Man, come upstairs." I was like, "All right, man, give me a second. I'll be up there." Normal people would have been like, "All right, cool, I'll meet you up there." He just stood there and didn't say anything. After I told him, "Hey, man, I'll be up there in a second. I'm watching the DJ. I'm listening to his music." Right? It's like he was trying to turn my birthday into his celebration. So and if you know me, that's just not gonna fly with me, right? So, yeah. So I give it a little time, and I'm trying to analyze it, and I'm making sure that now my antenna's on, because that's kind of like not a completely red flag, but it's like a pink flag, because all of that stuff is like, okay, now I need to keep my head on the swivel. So I go upstairs, and he's up there. There's two Australian girls with him. They come over and speak to me. Hey, hopefully I have a picture right here. And they take, we talking, and they take a picture with me. So now he's like, "Hey, man, let's get a drink." He was like, "You want some shots?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we go to take shots. He buys me a shot, right? We take the shot. He was like, "You want another one?" I was like, "Nah." So I'm chilling, I go to the restroom, I come back. He's right there, like, he's not right outside the door, but he's right back in the walkway of that bar area that I went to, like, kind of like, "Don't you fucking go nowhere." So now I'm just like, okay, either he's super excited or something weird going on. But I'm not gonna let him mess up my night, because if it's just him trying to show me love and hook me up with girls or whatever, I don't, like I said, I don't know, I'm reading it and I know I'm safe, because if something happens, I'll be all right? So I'm like, "Hey, let me get you a shot." So I go and buy him a shot. Now, I'm teaching him my ritual of how to take a shot with me, right? So when I do my shot ritual, hopefully I have a B-roll of it. I do a drum roll on the table. When with men, it's grab the shot glass, tap it, drop it, drink it. With women, it's grab the shot glass, tap it, drop it, and wrap your arm around like how people do when they get married. So I teach them just the man part, tap it, drop it, drink it. This is what set the infrared flag off for me. He does the women, the one I do with the women with the arm wrap, he goes into it, right? So I'm going to just tap it here. He wraps his arm around my arm. At this point, super red flag. All right, so because either he's a fan of my channel and he's seen me do it on vacation, right? Or someone sent him, like someone did some research on me and they sent him, right? So now I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but let me try to smoothly get away and out of this situation, right? Because right now, honestly, the guy was probably like 5'3". He's harmless, but I gotta be worried about him doing something to my drink or whatever it may be, right? So this is what let me know after doing my research on hosts and people that they have that like these guys, these scouts, these foreigner scouts try to do to turn you into a host so they can get paid and you don't know it. So now we're sitting at this tabletop. This go-go girl, just go-go dancer girl, this shot girl, she comes around with the shots. She's like, "You want a shot?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good, man. I just had 2, right?" And she's like, "Oh, no, you need to take a shot here. It's here on me." I'm just like, no, I'm good. And they just like trying to force it down my throat. Like this, I'm like, dude, no, like I don't want a shot, right? So he was like, right after that, after she walks away with the shots, he was like, do you want a drink? I was just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go to the bar and get a drink. So I get up, go to the bar, order my drink, and I'm watching the bartender like a hawk. So I get the drink, he pays for it. He comes over, he pays for it. Then we go back and sit at the table. So I'm talking to him. So I was like, hey, that girl outside was really pretty, man. Is that your friend? I mean, is that your girlfriend? He was like, no, I told you, you know, that's just my friend. I was like, man, you ain't got a lot of me. She's really good looking. He's like, no, I promise you this. I said, well, what about those girls from Australia we just talked to? He's like, no, those are just friends too. I'm just like, okay. Then he says, just drink. Yo, I can't make this up. I'm asking about the chicks. He just like, just drink.